Hello from SheNature.com. This is Mark Josie. Today I'll be telling you a secret to how to choose a flashlight that blinds people the most. So a lot of people were talking about flashlight for self-defense or law enforcement, trying to choose the best flashlight that actually do have effect in real life-threatening situation, blinding the guy, effectively. So a while back I was like trying out different flashlight because I have a lot of flashlight here and I just have to try them out. I need to find one that actually works. And so what I did was someone stand like at a distance like 25 feet, 20 feet, and then I stand there and then the person will shine the light on my face and I try to walk forward. Okay, so to see if I can open my eyes, okay, force myself to look into the beam and go walk forward. So if you can do that, that means the light is not enough to blind someone, right? Okay, so here we go. The best thing you want to look is not the first rule, okay? Do not look at the lumens, the power, like the brightness, okay? Because sometimes a flashlight that has a high lumen, like the 2000 lumen range, may not be very blinding. Now let's look at this. Nitecore TM11. Okay? The thing can produce a scary beam of 2000 lumens, and it's extremely bright, as you can see, but then I can actually look into the light beam like that and still be okay. If you're from a long distance, you don't really give a shit about this beam. Okay, it's great for lighting up places because it's a floody light. First thing you want to look is, okay, 3 light bulbs instead of 1 light bulb. Now that means that it needs 3 lights to produce 2000 lumen, above 2000 lumen. And how much lumen is 1 bulb, right? And also the reflector. Make sure that you watch and carefully observe the reflector. If the reflector is not smooth, the light is not going to blind anyone, okay? This one is smooth, but it's too shallow. You can see the reflector, they're too shallow, okay? Shallow reflector will not give a long throw, meaning that the beam is not focused and not narrow. This kind of light, very cheap tactical light, okay? You can see the beam is not so blue because this is the older style of a bulb, okay? They produce a very yellowish bulb. These yellowish light actually do blind people better somehow with a low lumen level. But then if you look at the reflector here, the reflector is what we call orange peel. It's like not even surface, not smooth. Okay, the reason for this kind of reflector is because they want the light to soften up on the spot and won't blind people out, especially yourself. So do not choose one that has the orange peel. A light like this, the SRA40, is very good. You see the reflector, okay? Okay, as you can see, the reflector is smooth, deep, and 1 bulb only. So if you turn on the light, okay, and try to go like strobe mode or just the highest mode, let me turn it to the highest mode. Okay, highest mode. Look at that. You can't really look at it. It's really blinding. And this thing have a long throw. Okay, so remember, choose a light that has 1 bulb with a big, deep, and smooth reflector. Even this, a Nitecore, this is the Nitecore TM26. Okay, if you turn it on the highest mode, okay, you can see that it reads 3600 lumens. Very bright, right? You can actually look into the light like this and see the full bulb. It won't blind you out, even though it has like 3000 lumens. And you can see the light bulbs, they're four bulbs, and the reflectors are very small and also not so deep. Okay, so you'll be asking, but then I don't want to carry a light that big for that kind of purpose, right? The best one I find so far is the HaikeLite M18 Striker. This is a new light for 2014 and it's the best blinding light ever. And it's so small, you can see, it's very small, right? Okay, the good thing is you have this bezel which you can use for striking and breaking glass and that kind of stuff. I already broke some glass bottle with my review before, so it's proven to work. And also one thing is you have a tail cap switch which you can use the light very easily like that. And one thing is the reflector, it's very deep and very narrow, so it produces a very good beam that blinds people out because the focus light like that, okay, very focused, very blinding. Like you can't really look into that like that, okay, it's really blinding. So this one, it does the job and really works. One of the other amazing light that I found that supposed to be for the police and it did work is the Pelican 1760. The Pelican 1760, as you can see, the reflector is deep and also very narrow kind of vibe. So it's only a very weak 160 lumen or 120 lumen. It's very weak in terms of lumen. But if you look at that, okay, in real life, the beam that it produces is very bright and focused to the center. Which means what? Which means that it's a very concentrated beam of 160 lumen. If you try to look at it, you cannot even stare into the light. It forces you to close your eyes right away. And this thing really works. Compared to the M18 Striker, I would say this thing is more blinding. And the M18 Striker is way brighter in terms of lumen. So as you can see, the reflector design plays a big role. From my experience so far, the light that I tested, Pelican 7060, HaikeLite M18 Striker, and the Sunwayman T20C really works for that kind of purpose, to blind people out. So choose the proper reflector. If you have no choice, at least most basic is look for one that's a smooth reflector and not orange peel. And choose one that has only one bulb instead of 3 or 4. More bulbs, meaning that the power is distributed and it won't create that much power with one bulb. So choose one that has only one bulb, smooth reflector, and a deep reflector if you can find one. So basically that's my tips for you guys for choosing a effective flashlight for blinding people and self-defense situation. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.